Welcome to the Manifest Mental Health Podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Smith, certified spiritual life coach and NLP practitioner, bringing you all things motherhood, manifestation, and mental health. This podcast is for you if you're ready to expand your consciousness and stop losing your shit. Whether you're a mom like me out here trying to break generational curses, or you just want to learn how to take better care of your mind, body, and soul, you're in the right place. It's time to break free from your depression and anxiety and start creating a reality that you don't want to escape from. Let's go manifest mental health. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the podcast. On this episode, I'm going to be telling you just a little bit about why I decided to start this podcast, where my inspiration came from, who this podcast is for, really, and the message that I want to put out there through the creation of this podcast. I really want to let God guide me a lot along this process and have him reveal to me the things that he thinks that people need to know about and the parts of my journey that he wants me to share. And I really want to connect with that past version of myself, that version of me maybe 7 years ago, who couldn't get out of bed, who was always trying to do something to escape her reality or to make it a little more bearable to be there. That version of me that was always on different kinds of drugs. The version of me, let's not even talk about what all she was doing in the world. I want to touch on how she used to feel inside, because the version of me 7 years ago never felt like she was enough. She always was comparing herself to other girls, and really, she was a mean girl. There was a version of me that hated on other people in order to make myself feel better about me, and it never worked. And I had really low self-worth. She had really low self-worth, that version of me. And it was reflected back to her in all of her life experiences. All of her life experiences that she was manifesting were continuing to make her feel like she wasn't enough. And life wasn't fair, that the universe was not on her side, that she could not trust the universe, that so much bullshit had happened in her life that she didn't think good things were really even possible for her anymore. And she definitely didn't think she would ever be happy. This past version of me had so many limiting beliefs about what it would take to make her be happy and how to be happy and just her ability to be happy. And she had these limiting beliefs that told her she didn't deserve to be happy because of all of the bullshit that she went through, all the trauma that she experienced, and all the fucked up decisions she made from that wounded place that her trauma left her in. We make a bunch of fucked up decisions when we're out here in these streets, when we're out here being this unhealed version of ourselves. We be making some decisions that aren't the best for us, and then we be feeling bad about it later, when we sober up, or when we realize what the fuck we've done. And that creates a lot of guilt and shame, and it can keep us from loving ourselves whenever we don't forgive ourselves for the things that we did during those unhealed years of our lives. That can really hold us back from moving forward on our journey. God wants you to love you the way that he loves you, so that you can't heal if you're not loving yourself. And you can say that you're healing, but if you're not loving yourself, you're really not healing, because that's the whole point of the healing journey, is to be able to love yourself and love others and find some kind of balance between that, and we really have to spend a lot of time giving ourselves grace for the decisions that we made in our past. We have to give ourselves grace and know that we were doing the best that we could with those tools that we had at the time, which were a limited amount of tools. Like, probably our only tools were drugs or something like that. Like, we had really super unhealthy coping mechanisms, but it's all we knew because we picked it up from maybe our parents, maybe our close friends, just like our environments, wherever your soul took you and whoever it had you surrounded by. Like, you picked up those patterns. And there's no reason to judge yourself for it, but just notice it and decide that you're going to create a new reality for yourself. I just want people to know that there are other ways to heal, like that you don't have to do drugs forever, and that you do get to be happy. You know, like I really did used to think like I had a mental illness, that I just thought I was going to do drugs but forever before I got pregnant with Lindy. Like, I'm so glad that God had such a greater plan for my life. And I'm glad that, like, he sent her in to, like, redirect my path, you know? Because people are, like, always telling me that Lindy saved my life, but really God saved my life. Like, God gave me her, and he gave me this ultimatum. Like, I'd already been wanting to quit doing drugs, but getting pregnant with her was just like this. No, why would I ever do that again? Not gonna make my kid be a crackhead. We're not doing that. And he just gave me this ultimatum. And then whenever I had to, like, actually start feeling the feelings that I've been repressing all those years I've been doing drugs, like, I just got really dedicated to my healing journey, because I can remember rubbing my belly, like, in jail and telling Lindy, Mommy's going to get us out of here, and I'm going to create a good life for us. I'm going to heal. I'm going to heal for you. I'm going to figure out how to be happy. Because, you know, I used to not even want kids, and not because I don't like kids, but just because I didn't think that, like, I would be able to show up and take care of one. And I just thought a kid deserved better than me. And I think so many of us out there feel like that since we can't show up as this best version of ourselves all the time, or like whenever we're showing up as that unhealed version of ourselves, that our kids deserve better than us. And I really want this podcast to help bring awareness to that your soul chose your kids, and your kid's soul chose you to be their parent, and it knew, like, all the lessons it's supposed to go through with you, and you're supposed to go through with it, and it's all good. Like, you're doing the best that you can, and there's always ways that you can do better. Like, there's so much shit out there that can help you heal, and that can help you break these generational curses, that can, like, help you raise more conscious kids and teach them how to regulate their emotions and regulate your own fucking emotions, and just really take your happiness, like, into your own hands. Like, whenever they diagnosed me with this mental illness, I thought, like, I for real wouldn't be able to be happy. I was like, I'm fucked up. There's no hope for me. Because when you read about that shit online, like, you read about all the symptoms, you read about the treatments, and it's like, with proper medication, symptoms can be minimized and shit like that. But, like, no, really, it's the medicine can, like, really make you feel something close to emotionless, but you're not really healing whenever you're not feeling your emotions. Like, the point of the healing journey is to feel those emotions and heal them. And whenever you take, like, medicine, it kind of, like, it just suppresses the issue. It just treats the symptoms. And what spiritual healing allowed me to do was to get to the root cause of, like, why I was the way that I was. And it helped me to meet my inner child and understand how my subconscious mind was creating my reality in any given moment, and just, like, about these limiting beliefs that I had about myself, about these limiting beliefs I had about what was possible for me, what I was worthy of experiencing, just all this self-awareness that my spiritual journey and, my personal growth journey has revealed to me like all these ways that I need to work on myself, and then also just have a lot more love for myself as I'm getting better on this journey. And I just want to show other people that life does get better and you do get better, and let you know about some of the shit that I've done to become better. Because 4 years ago when I got pregnant with Lindy, I was homeless. I didn't have anywhere to go. I was staying with my family sometimes, but they did not want me there, and I really didn't want to be there. I found out I was pregnant with her in jail. Like I said, my life was in a completely different place, and I really didn't believe that a normal life. I feel like a lot of people might be talking about manifesting $1 million homes and really successful businesses. I don't have those things yet, but whenever you start off your manifestation journey broke as fuck, begging your family for $20 and a pack of cigarettes, that's where I was whenever I got pregnant with Lindy. I did quit the cigarettes thing, but just you start off there and not having a car for 4 years, all of my clothes being stolen from all the times that I went to jail, from everything that I had being stolen all the times I went to jail, and just losing everything. You start off your manifestation journey with nothing, and these basic things like having your own apartment, having a bank account, having little cute pots and pans, or just your own space and your own car. Those things feel like a fucking blessing to me. And I really truly feel like I had to lose all of that stuff in order to learn how to be grateful for it, because I was kind of a little entitled brat, and we don't appreciate things whenever we think that we're entitled to them. And I feel like that can be a big cause of a lot of our mental health problems out there, is that we're not experiencing gratitude for the things that we have in our life. There's so many factors that play into our mental health, and so many of these factors are things that we can control, like the food that we're eating, the thoughts that we're thinking, who we're spending time with, what's our environment like, what are our habits, are we moving our body or not. It all comes down to learning how to take better care of your mind and your body and your soul. You take care of all three of those things, and then you are good. You are feeling Gucci. Some shit may come up along your journey for you to heal from, and you start to lean into that shit, though, instead of feeling why does this shit keep happening to me? You start to understand that your soul is on this journey, and that your soul came here to learn that lesson and to feel that feeling and to go to the next fucking level. And I just want to help you. I just want to help you understand your soul's journey and understand how your subconscious mind is creating your reality, and, take your power back. Take your fucking power back. Because when I got diagnosed with that mental illness, I gave my power away. I started looking for medicines outside of me. I definitely looked for drugs on the streets outside of me. All these different things, all these toxic relationships where I was always looking outside of me for something to make me feel good about my life and to make me feel good about me. And then I realized, it's me. It's me that has to make me feel good about me. And it's my connection to God that's going to make me feel good about my life. And I want people to know that if you get a diagnosis like that, or if you diagnose yourself with some shit like that, that you do get to be happy. Don't let that become some limiting belief on how happy that you could be. Because there's so much of this that you can take into your own hands and really become the co-creator of your own reality. Once you learn how manifestation works, once you understand about your subconscious mind, and once like you learn about how to align your chakras and clear your energy, and just there's so much shit you can do to heal and create a better reality. And I just want to share it with you. And also let you know, like, I don't have it all the way figured out. My mental health is still, I'm on the journey. And there's some days where it feels like this shit don't work. But yeah, then I keep trying it, and I'm like, okay, maybe I could get off this high ass vibration. Sometimes I could go back down to a lower vibration. I could, slip back into old familiar patterns. But the thing is, you can always reset. Once you have this like tool belt of spiritual practices and like movement practices and just like healthy eating routines that you know are going to bring you back in balance, you always know that you have the ability to get on a new vibration and create a new reality, and like to be fucking happy. Like, there are things that I know that if I do them, I can be my happiest, healthiest version of myself. And it's just all about staying committed to that journey. Like, being like, hey, I'm going to go all in on my healing journey because I owe this to myself. Like, I owe this to my future self. I owe this shit to my inner child. I owe this shit to, like, all of the generations that came before me who didn't have these tools. Like, I have these tools, and I'm choosing to apply them to my life, and I'm choosing, like, to break this generational curse. Like, I'm going to love me, and I'm going to heal and learn how to create my own happiness so that my daughter can grow up and see me loving myself and know that it's normal for her to love herself. So my daughter can see me, like, taking care of me, and so that she can see, like, she needs to grow up and be taking care of her, like, and just showing her that we create our own reality. That's so important to me, that my daughter grows up knowing that she can create her own reality, that she can speak anything into existence, and that anything that she is speaking into existence is meant for her to create. And that if we all have a unique purpose out here, like, we all have something that God put us here to do. And this version of ourselves that He created us to become. And yeah, I just really want people to know that they can come back from anything. So I'm going to be sharing on the podcast a lot of my crazy ass stories from my life. These first 5 episodes are going to be like chapters of my life because I couldn't fit it all into one, but it's going to go into detail of like some of the most traumatic experiences of my life, and like how I was able to understand that they were a part of my soul's journey, and how I was able to heal and come back from those things, because I want people to know that they can heal and come back from anything. Like, and that's exactly what our souls came here to do. We didn't come here to like stay in this victim mentality, to like stay sad forever or like feel sorry for ourselves all the time. Like, no, yeah, I get it. We've been through some bullshit, but we're here to overcome that bullshit. We're not here to like let it control how happy we get to be. Like, we are here to face all the bullshit that comes up on our soul's journey. Like, we're here to overcome it and heal from it. And ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? The next time, like, even maybe now you're going through some shit, ask yourself, not why does this shit keep happening to me, but what is this trying to teach me? What lesson is my soul trying to learn here? And then ask God to show you how to beat the level. Like, He'll show you how to learn that lesson, like what He's trying to teach you. And that's how you heal. That's how you heal. You make the commitment and you ask God to show you the way. And it's easy as that. It does get hard. It does get hard because sometimes He'll reveal to you some shit that you don't want to do, or your intuition will guide you somewhere that you don't want to go, or tell you to give up somebody that you love, or make you want to leave a job that is paying all your bills. Like, your healing journey and your spiritual awakening journey are not always going to make sense. And they are going to take you like through some emotions that you don't want to feel, through sometimes some experiences that you'd rather not face. Like, it's going to take you out of your comfort zone. It's going to like make you face your bullshit. Otherwise you wouldn't grow. You would stay the same, and you would not become who God put you here to be. And then how can you call in the life that God has for you if you're not becoming who He put you here to be? Sometimes that requires you to go through some bullshit. So I'm just letting you know that the bullshit gets better, that you do get to be happy, and that everything you're going through is for a reason. And you do figure it out. You do figure it out. And it's just all about making that decision and say, hey, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna go all in on my healing journey. And once you make that decision, like, the universe just helps you call in the reality that you want to create. It's a magical process, and I want to share it with you. I want to show you that it can be easier than you think, and what might be holding you back from it happening for you. Like, what's holding you back from creating happiness in your reality, and what can you do to create more of it. What it comes down to, that's really what I want to share on this podcast, and let you know that you are so worthy of experiencing a reality that you don't want to escape from. Like, you are worthy of that, and you owe it to yourself to become the version of you that has that. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to let you know about what I'm going to be sharing on the podcast. I'm also going to be interviewing some people who have stories that I think can just show you the power of healing. Like, what happens whenever you decide to commit to your own healing, and you decide to create a new reality for yourself. And just interview some other coaches who have insights to share and some guidance for your spiritual journey. Because I know that whenever you're a mom and you're going through a spiritual awakening at the same time, and you are maybe even working a job, and like, you got all this shit on your plate, and you're like, I want to heal, but I don't know where to start. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start with that shit. I want to get more spiritual, but I don't have time to look into that. I got you, because I love looking into this shit. I love looking into this shit. Like, whenever I got pregnant with Lindy, I read so many books, because I just love learning about this stuff. It blows my mind, because I never even knew healing was possible for me. So when I started to see, like, hey, this stuff kind of works, like, I just got really into it. I'm like, what else can I heal from? And what can I help other people heal from? Really, like, I'm always learning about different healing modalities, how to regulate your nervous system. That shit just lights my soul up, because I want people to know that they don't have to settle for the state of their mental health currently. Like, you can always manifest mental health in your life. Okay. Anyways, I love you guys. I just wanted to share with you what this podcast is going to be about.